Vitality. It feels like they have to win, the next 4 or 5 at least.
Yeah, the problem is, I mean, how do you do that? I feel like you almost need 3 at the B bomb side, which is just such a sacrifice, because Avantgarde, when they did go A a lot of the time, it was through Arch. So now you're holding the A bomb side with 2 people, and if they wrap Arch, you got nothing left. That's it. So I can understand the trouble. They do have 3 early on, but you could expect that probably they're going to leave just 1 or 2 people here.
Some phenomenal taps of the Famas that deal massive damage onto Buster. You could see Avantgarde that time evacuate Banana before the nade stack comes in, so nobody takes damage from the utility. But again, it's just a Dren and ult mid, perhaps to clear out holes on his own. And 4 players waiting to take over Banana. You mentioned Vitality possibly getting aggressive, and if you research, if you look into this team before this quarterfinal begins and you see a Dren very frequently alone in A halls, that's where you get aggressive. Yeah. That's an easy kill to find early on.
Something like that. Just take some of that momentum away. Throwing grenades like they're going for a B push, and Apex and MBK are sort of shuffling about, but now they're not hearing anything. Apex even walking through the smoke over there to find out what's going on, and instead top mid. Now, are they going to commit to this, or is it going to be a deep fake with not that much time left? That's a problem here. Bomb being brought back, maybe trying to split the B bomb side. That's what it looks like through CT spawn. Yep, kick it is in there, and that's a problem. 24 seconds, NBK goes for the information. Oh, no. Apex now knows, oh no, he's alone, and every single one is coming. 18 seconds left. He's going to have to be a hero in this round. Now zoned out, they know where he is, 10 seconds, and they're coming for him while he throws a flashbang, and that's going to be a bomb plant. Surely going to be the round 2. 3 versus 5, and Vitality are desperate.
They've been 1 step behind this whole round, and you can't even fault them for calling the save. How difficult is it to retake that B bomb site? The full set piece towards A comes in, and it's the wrap. It's Zyru who actually pushes away from Small Pit because of the smoke into the bomb site. He is entirely annihilated, and Vitality again on the CT side. It happened over and over on Mirage. They just don't ever have information of what's coming. They don't ever have a sense of where Avantgarde's final point of attack is.
Very rough indeed. Low on time. They probably felt pretty good about that. And because it's so low on the clock, MBK says, you know what? If I could just find out what's happening at top Banana, then we'll have confirmation of what's going on. And he runs right into that AK-47. Very cool B split through that CT spawn. 6-2 in favor of Avantgarde, who are already leading a whole map. And rough on the economy there for the French side. So smart, isn't it?
I mean, that's the information play. That's the flashbang from Apex. I mean, they wanted to find exactly what was in Banana. They just weren't really expecting it to be 2 players holding and waiting for the rest of the B split to come to fruition. Apex, Alex, and NBK again towards the B bomb site. NBK playing support deep with flashbangs. They never expected Kicker to be there. The nades come in very late. And it's a 4-on-4, an equal trade, but Alex remains aggressive.
Did he hear the jump? Buster's right in front of him. That should be a free kill. He wants more than just the 1. James now moving in, gets the 1. Alex with a good follow-up. Buster trying to be really quick then, but that should be the round-winning move, although Dren will take down RPK in return. The bomb is back there. Surely, Jason, this is a round they win.
You have to imagine, look at all the utility. They still have 2 smokes, they still have 2 Molotovs as well. You can just constantly delay and actually just drop that utility in this choke point over and over. As you can see, Sanji can do nothing, and it's just going to keep being heartbreaking, isn't it? Every time he sees the smoke come up into that choke point, then he sees the Molotovs.
Yeah, he's going to be counting, thinking they must run out at some point, but...
Tough part is a Dren. I mean, he's not taking any risks on the other side of the map, but there's no one here. Got to imagine everyone's going to be guarding the bomb.
Maybe they could...
They can throw a deep smoke, a deep Molotov. They can use the Molotov to flush out any player they might think is playing in logs. Smoke to block off the op.
Yeah. The Molotov actually forcing them back. Nice shot from NBK and a follow-up as well. That's beautiful. Absolutely clearing out that round and getting a 3rd on the board for Vitality. That's a much-needed round. Everything they can get from here on out.
Oh,
Actually landed right in his eyes, didn't it?
This is such a great play from Alex. We saw him on Mirage as well. I mean, he did a couple rounds where he was really the playmaker for Vitality that kind of picked up and you know, carried the baton for them in terms of actually producing something on the map.
The energy is still running high down in the corner. It's good to see. They're not giving up easily. Double AWP on the Vitality side. I say, you know, just like with the ENCE fan, or sorry, with the ENCE fans, just find out who these people are and bring them to all the events.
Yeah, wasn't that what Vitality did? Didn't they organize a bus and everything?
Good, I hope so.
That, yeah.
I didn't hear about that, but well played. Wish more people would do that. Round number 10, ladies and gentlemen. 6-3 in favor of Avantgarde. It is a beautiful beginning for them. They've not run out of money yet either. And going again for a bit of a banana fight, which Vitality don't really want to try and give them either. They just throw some grenades and then fall back.
They've switched things up, Vitality, though. This time it's ZywOo here. With an AWP. NBK has gone for the secondary AWP towards alt mid. But this Avantgarde attack hasn't seen the AWP at that B bomb site quite yet. Good kill from Alex. And again, we just touched on it. Adren alone in those halls. That's an area where if you're Vitality, you got to feel like you can find an opening kill, find a pick. If he's going to be aggressive like that, especially.
They find that kill when he's quite close to the bomb side, Adren. So they might just be thinking, well, if the whole defense is that far back on A, maybe we can just go for a bit of an execute on B. And they won't even rotate here in time. They have the Molotovs, especially the throw one onto Apex. That could be a sign of real trouble, couldn't it? Flashbangs go in, there's the Molotov to push out Apex. He gets a kill on Jame though. ZywOo doing a good job taking down Kicked, but he misses the follow-up shot and now he's in trouble. He does get dropped, but Sanji can't really adjust in time for RPK, who was there in perfect timing. And Vitality finding a fourth round. Man, this is close.
That kill from Apex saves the day. I mean, that was the one. That first player from Avantgarde, they get close up, and he actually runs in with the utility. He's actually kind of, it's almost like a contact play to a degree. The fact that Apex is able to get him, because it's so difficult for ZywOo and Apex to take those fights that follow up after it if someone's already made their way all the way over towards the grill. If they've gotten that deep into the bomb site, he can just keep you pinned down.
That guy had freedom fries on his cheek. How do you like that, Moses?
I love that. Big fan.
11th round.
That's an old meme.
That is an old meme, isn't it? NBK, RPK, and Alex over at the A site. And now it's CC's on the hands of Avantgarde, so surely it is smooth sailing in this round for the Vitality team. No signs of trouble, right?
They're going to be under a lot of pressure, though, at A. Especially with NBK with the AWP. If he can't get involved in the action, you have to imagine he's going to have a smoke in his face where Small Pit is, and that can really isolate the Opera. But these pistols aren't going to slow down. This is Avantgarde. They're going to throw caution to the wind, and they're just going to make sure they get into the bomb site, get in and attack the pit position. And NBK is already under pressure.
Oh, yes, he is. Some waves now forming, but quickly shut down. RPK and NBK with a good little couple of shots there. Even the USP comes out, and the lack of head armor makes that pistol very good indeed. Adren, desperate shots through the smoke and not really connecting with anyone, so this round should be just fine as they clear up the last couple of players. A headshot there on NBK. But now they're starting to find their groove, and I think, slightly assisted by the fact that Avantgarde ran out of money, but whatever it takes at this point. This is great news. Alex at the forefront, RPK right behind him, 10 and 11 kills on those two. Almost tying up the scoreline. Yeah, and that was just good positioning from Vitality. Again, NBK stepping into the bomb site to take care of that attack. The Molotov that was used split things up. So here we are, Avantgarde, 3 AK-47s, 2 MAC-10s. And this is what, now 3 rounds in a row for Vitality, so the money is starting to feel a little bit better. That's pressure where you're not constantly on like the reset position. It feels so much better of a defense. You can get deeper into the playbook. You can be more aggressive, more risk-taking across the map. Apex willing to suffer a bit of damage just to try and take that fight early on. Now they're leaving ZywOo again over on this side and putting that 4-man stack over at A. Not uncommon at all. And ZywOo actually only has a smoke. I kind of wish he would have also had a Molotov, because then you can buy some more time. One smoke is risky. If they even if you put it up in time, if they know you have the AWP on the other side, maybe they just say, yeah, but we're just going to flash our way through anyway, and all go for it.
Well, he's also the only defender here, and he's in a position that constantly gets smoked off.
Yeah.
So Apex is rotating back to assist, and again, it's just quiet on the map, and again, it's a 4-1 setup for this attack. One player in alt mid throwing smoke towards rap side. ZywOo knows it's coming here. Hasn't used his utility in Apex. He's going to get in behind these smokes, and he's dodging bullets.
Yeah, look at the wall behind him. That one was right over his head. That is certainly going to raise your pulse, isn't it? Put on notice. Still waiting for the flashbang as that smoke is fading behind him. 25 seconds. They've also pulled over RPK. They've got the right idea. Vitality. They can't lose any more rounds here in the first half. Everything rides on this. They push through. ZywOo picks up a kill. He gets another one. Still in the corner. They can't get rid of him. And RPK running them down. Spraying through the smoke. That's a great kill. And ZywOo with the third. 8 seconds left. And James, he's got nowhere left to hide.
He needs to die.
He needs to die right now. 2 seconds. They've kept him alive, and there's no chance. ZywOo with a quad kill. James running out of time and out of money. That is huge.
They could have killed him like 3 times before that, and they let him live till after the time. That is a huge punish. James needed to be way more aggressive in this scenario. He's going to fall afterwards, and he's only got $50 going into the next round, but what a hold from ZywOo. There just wasn't enough utility from Avantgarde. They used so much early on to bait out counter utility, and just got stalled from there.
I'm pretty sure ZywOo tagged RPK through that last second to last player.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, indeed. Tied up the scoreline, 6-6. This is the strength that we needed out of Vitality in the first map. It's a bit late, but if they can win the remaining rounds here, 9-6, that would be something.
Well, if they can keep that strength up into the second half as well, if this comeback actually carries them through the second half and brings us into a third map, they have to have it now. Down 1-0 in this quarterfinals, losing Mirage in a big way, in really heartbreaking fashion with how big of a defeat it was. Double up setup seems to be the answer as their defense is stabilized. It's now 4 straight, 5 of 6 for Vitality.
And again, pistols on the T side, leaving that grenade, and well, the Molotov took down Buster somehow. Not clear why. Seemed like he was far away from the front line there.
Back to A we go. Just a little bit of utility, just the one smoke.
That's rough. Shot right next to Alex's head as well. And 4 men at the A bomb site here for the French side.
Here's the problem with Avantgarde. Like lean, as you mentioned a couple times, and as you said, the desk mentioned, is if you're going to keep attacking the B bomb site in that fashion so frequently, it becomes painfully obvious when you're going to head over towards the A bomb site. Vitality in that sense know exactly when to bring the 4th player over. And that's going to get them a 7-6 lead. They've finally done it. They've come all the way back.
Oh, a lot of energy in that booth right now. No, I think you're absolutely right. They're starting to get a decently good read on this. They're also putting down the smokes over at B at a really good time, and it's forcing Avantgarde a lot of the time to either wait for you know, the end of the round, more or less, or try and push through the smoke. Not sure how that's going to be working out here. 14th round coming up. Avantgarde need to find a way to get back in the groove here before the CT side starts to feel a little bit too good about this. Are they going to boost in the back? I guess they are.
Yeah, changing things up. They don't want to be aggressive down banana whatsoever. They changed their positionings. I believe it's Apex who's been captaining that on this side of the map. So Alex boosted. That's going to allow Apex to probably safely, if you'd like, rotate away. But you have to imagine, with so much emphasis on the B bomb site, why not just keep 3 players here? Especially with NBK and RPK deliver you a pick like that. And this is a very weak hit for Avantgarde. Players walking out into the open at B, and it didn't even seem to be a plan. Just an idea that gets stopped before it's fully formed.
Coming through the smoke, but RPK is right there. Lucky to be alive, Adren. Don't really see how you come back in a 2-on-5 at this stage. A number of the Vitality players have come alive now. This isn't just sort of a one-man effort any longer. So good teamwork being shown. I guess when they see 2 people up in those hallways over at A, they think, okay, if we're quick to go B, maybe that can work out, but...
Yeah, but they just leaked in right out into the open. There was no utility, nothing to make those defenders look in another direction or to just, I mean, that was just way, way too easy. Nice shot from James. He does have the bomb, and he's gonna, oh no, he actually turns. He baits out the shot. He does get tagged up. The plant, it can help. They need money. They need money so badly, and he's not gonna do it. He goes for the fight. Vitality fighting for a chance to take a 3-round lead into halftime.
Oh man, that bomb plant actually would have done a lot for them.
It would have been so monumental.
That's one of those times. I mean, it's always hard to blame people when they want to go for the ultimate win. Might have been better to settle for a bomb plant here. 15th round coming up, ladies and gentlemen, and Vitality starting to show some real signs of life, having won 6 rounds in a row, with RPK, Saibu, and Alex doing a lot of work to try and bring their team back in the game. They're in the lead now, so I guess just continuing the lead and maybe bring us on to a third map. Which would be Dust 2, I believe, right?
Correct.
That is, yes, it is. That's exciting.
We'll see if we can get there. One more half after this for Vitality to even up the score, and almost another pick for NBK. 4 players at the A-bomb site for Vitality. Apex, after that contact, just rotating back because Vitality sinks a little bit deeper and more passive into the A-bomb site.
Saibu alone over here. A good flashbang could force him back, but can he do enough? That flashbang actually doesn't connect, and Kickit goes down.
He tagged him.
To 43, yeah.
Well, again, 4 players just marching up banana, as we've seen so many times in this half. Adren all on his own in middle. Utility just being held by Apex. He's got the Molotov, and Adren, does he want to step into that smoke for the fight? Zaiwu with the opening kill. There's still no smoke down for Apex. They missed it. Or they just didn't have one to throw, but either way, this is going to be a slaughter. There's no access to the B-bomb site without that smoke, especially because NBK with a second op has the range.
I mean, Sanji has a smoke, so they could have thrown it, but they also walked into the Molotov. Things are starting to come apart at the seams here a little bit for Avantgarde. 15th round, and they're in a 5 versus 3. Vitality look to just completely crush them here at the end stage of the first half. They're looking very good. NBK to take down Adren. 2 MAC-10s left, and they can't really get much done. A beautiful finish here for Vitality. 9-6 in their favor. That's a great recovery.
Especially considering they were down 6-2 at one point. They end this on such a massive streak. 7 in a row to close out the first map for Vitality. We're heading to a break. We'll see what they got when we return on offense.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half coming up here, the quarterfinals. Berlin, are you with us? Yeah, that's what I want to hear. This game has got it all right now. I thought Vitality were done for. They looked like they were going to get crushed in the exact same fashion as what happened on Mirage. But now instead, we're on Inferno, and they managed to fight their way back. They win 7 rounds in a row to close out that first half.
Who knows what the winning recipe was? There were 3 big changes. I mean, it was the double op setup. It was ZywOo with an op over towards the B bomb site, and it was them finally having utility. Pick any of them, because once they got that underway, they rattled off so many. Good peek from Kickert. He's got 2, and he's going for more. Eventually runs out of bullets, but look at the aggression from behind. That might have just ruined it. RPK, incredible double kill, and Kickert still wants more, but it's too much.
Ooh, that might have been RPK hitting that shot on Buster. He's already got 3, and now they're on the hunt. They don't really want to push through. James is also flanking them, but he's overextended. He's out in the open. He picks up a headshot. Oh man, any kill right now would win this round. Still way over a minute left. What a strange way to begin the second half.
What a grind. Avantgarde just pushing so aggressively down mid, and here we go. They know one player's behind. They know there can only be one player at the B bomb site in the smoke. The utility helps them out so much. Good job from Buster, biding his time, and ZywOo, 16 HP. James is ready to come through the smoke at the point of contact, and not yet, but Buster somehow misses his chance. James finds it through smoke.
Not even going through. You're absolutely right. Just guess the angle. Man, that took everything to win that round, didn't it? This beginning is outrageous, but the return from RPK, they just line. Oh, wow.
It might have been easier if they had just not been so wildly aggressive at pushing down mid.
Yeah. Well, they were already committed to the idea.
Yeah.
All the MP9s, it seems. And the Krieg on ZywOo.
Team MP9.
Krieg versus 5 MP9s?
What are you taking?
Krieg. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. He's got his own cheering section now, doesn't he?
96 ADR, 15 kills. Not a bad bounce back map from ZywOo. Still haven't seen him at his peak level yet. Might have to get a glimpse of it here with this Krieg if they want to turn this round in their favor.
I mean, if we get to Dust 2, that would be the map, wouldn't it? That would be the playground for him. A lot of smokes to buy time. Vitality, they need at some point to make that call internally and say, well, you know, when we get close to 40 seconds, we got to apply some pressure and make them use those smokes.
Listen, Vitality's got to start applying some pressure because this Krieg is the only weapon they have, and if there's not going to be a mistake from Avantgarde, they're not ever going to find those picks. They're not ever going to find a way into the bomb site. Otherwise, you're just throwing unarmored Glocks at opponents and seeing what happens. RPK and Apex going to go investigate towards B. They're thinking maybe that's the solution. Maybe that can pull someone into the crosshairs at the A bomb site. 30 seconds left. In Vitality, they just have to move forward. ZywOo's just going to have to try and create something.
Yeah, but this is so tricky. Buster actually has a smoke that he hasn't used yet at 20 seconds. Just think about that for a moment. NBK goes down to Sanji. The rest don't have anything. This is all on ZywOo, and he's going to open it up, taking down Sanji. Buster inside of the bomb site, 10 seconds, and now he's stuck. Really tough. Can't really get out there. Kickert will go down, but they'll survive the round, even pick up the Krieg.
Well,
big round.
You could see the danger in that kind of a buy in the second round. ZywOo's just bodying people the whole time, just not enough left in the round for them to actually work with. 9-8, still in the favor of Vitality. That's disappearing quickly, though.
You wonder, I mean, not that they could have known that there would be 5 MP9s, but if you could know, maybe some of them would have bought some armor as well.
Yeah.
A couple of more people with head armor.
P250s.
Yeah, that seems winnable, but we're on to the next round. 18th and a 9-8 scoreline. Barely now favoring Vitality. Did they play better on the T side, didn't they, on Mirage? So if that's going to be the same here, it could still be pretty good for them.
Oh, look at this timing. Adren, he's going to be under a lot of pressure. He's dropped by the Krieg, and James somehow holds on a little bit longer, but it's not enough. And now Sanji and Buster, they're blocked out of this bomb site. Utility prevents the retake. Kickert's already backing away. I think his teammates have to join up with him towards that B bomb site soon enough. So unless Buster's given a gift, this should be a Vitality round.
NBK stepping into that fight with 16 health. That had me worried a lot. He did get a great headshot, so we're not going to talk about it much longer, but that looks very peaceful the way that guy is sitting in the hay cart. He's really having himself a relaxing time there.
Yeah, he looks comfortable.
Just out in the sun, had a little bit too much wine maybe.
Getting the tan.
getting a tan. Except he's wearing that mask, but yeah, fair enough. Great round out of Vitality. Good call. And I mean, when you're holding that balcony and, you know, 2 or more people come running at you, if the first guy jumps and makes it past the corner, you're dead.
Yeah, it sucks so bad, doesn't it? It's also like you just, the timing of when you're trying to look away from a flash, you're trying to read when the actual hit is going to come in so you can dodge that. 10-8. Vitality on offense trying to take us to map 3. This should be a relatively, you know, easier time of things. James, Buster, and Adren just on the USP, saving all the money that they possibly can.
Buster and Sanji leading the charge at the moment. That is a lot of grenade damage, and Kicker never got to put that into play. Rough indeed. Sanji goes down over at the other side, so now it's becoming very tricky to see how they can make it back into this round. Buster going for a fight, tapping away. That does look great. He's got no armor, remember, so still very hard for them to fight their way back in here.
He does have a flashbang, but he's going to step into the fight. RPK just vacated. There he sees the shoulder. He's got one. Going to hold the angle blind as hell and dropped. And I think Adren's been spotted as well, and he somehow wins that. NBK jumping over. Could not set his feet, could not get into the fight. And it's James and Adren, the last 2 members of Avantgarde. They're on other sides of the map, and he's only got a Zeus to work with.
Oh, he didn't see that. Saibu, he's no idea. He has no idea, but James definitely knows. And Apex, if he runs that Zeus, he could turn around for it. This could be an absolutely electrifying situation. He's just waiting for it. 40 seconds. Apex getting close to the corner. Game over. He beats it. If he had just kept running, if he had not thought about it, that would have been horrendous. Adren, at least he sees just the hit there of Saibu and the damage, a lot of it, but he needs more in HE right now, and at least it would be a one-on-one. Gonna try and throw a little bit something through, but how do you get past this smoke? Waiting for it, but they're both right there on the other side. He jumps up and he gets shut down. Saibu to pick up the triple. Vitality now well on their way here.
I cannot believe that Zeus did not work out. I thought for sure that was just going to straight win them the round. What a peak from Apex. Buster helping to get back into it. Adren does a very fine job as well, and Vitality dodge a massive bullet in that 2-on-2. Timeout called. Heading into round 20.
Oh, the money is so broken for Avantgarde every round, it seems.
Listen, credit where it's due as well. Zaiwu is 20-8 for his team, leading the way. He's been very, very good on this map after the quiet Mirage.
Well, you mentioned this in the first map, how he doesn't have a lot of experience, or really no experience playing at this level at such a big tournament, and that could be part of the reason for what happened on Mirage, but then the fact that he's able to bring it back is like, that's what you want. You know, we talk about him as being a future contender for the #1 in the world. That's the kind of quality you want to see then.
Also, look at his teammates, NBK, Apex, and RPK. It's hard to find players in the professional Counter-Strike scene more experienced than those 3 guys.
Yeah.
Not only have tournaments at this level, but tournaments over so long. That's a shot and a half.
Steps right into that. Yeah, you're right. They've been playing forever. RPK at one point, I think widely considered
the best Source player of all time,
exactly.
as we hear so frequently.
But you got to give it to the French fans as well. They've been cheering since the beginning of this match, and now they're getting rewarded for it. Adrendo, strong position. A better weapon would have maybe got him a double kill there. They've picked up an AWP on Sanji, and he's hiding over by Arch. Don't think he should be going for this. I think Avantgarde need to think about what they can do with these rifles in a future round.
He shouldn't even be sticking around for exit kills. He should be bailing out just to be safe. That op is going to be so important. Such an expensive weapon, and you've already got 3 players below $2,000.
Well, especially now that that smoke is up, that surely is the cue to move away.
Any idea you had of flirting with the retake? It's no longer a possibility. Back off, but at least they've made presence to make it look like they wanted to go for it, so Vitality is not going to go on the hunt pretty deep into the bomb timer. 12th round for Vitality and Avantgarde. They need to start fighting in the next round.
even putting up the Molotov in case somebody wanted to come in and shoot them at the end. Another round for the T side, 12-8. It is just starting to look so much better for them. A 4-round gap, they have the money, and they seem to have the momentum with them as well. Now it's up to Avantgarde to find out, how do you shut this down? Like, what's the solution for defending this, this second half? Because I don't think they want to play Dust 2 at all against Vitality.
It's a different beast when you have someone like ZywOo popping off like this with that Krieg opening things up. If he, gets the AWP in his hands, it can be completely different, but I like this idea. I like James starting to get a bit more aggressive, take that peek in towards ult mid. I think he just missed it by like a half second. ZywOo ran up just as he backed off.
Alex not really taking any chances either. Making sure that he wasn't going to get burned by that Molotov. The grenades are looking a slight bit better this time. Kicker is doesn't have anything to work with, which is unfortunate playing the B bomb side. The rest with a double stack over at the pit is usually a very powerful position. A lot can be done from there, and even James is sort of on that side. So if they get wrapped on Arch, that can be painful. But if not, it should be a good defense here at A.
You have to imagine that defense would shift if they started hearing taking bracket control. That's a great flash through the smoke of the choke when he goes back for more. Kicker is a beast over in Banana. He's eventually traded off, but he's got his 2 kills.
And they know somebody else was there because that flashbang came way deep inside of the bomb site. Sanji now waiting in the middle. Are they going to go check for it? MBK is right there. ZywOo still checks. They some heads-up play. They
over-rotated because of Sanji's position. They thought he was going to hold on to it. Look at Adren desperately along the wall trying to get back into the bomb site, but he's blinded. Everyone's out of position. A small mistake with big consequences, and Vitality is going to get the 13.
Wow. You're absolutely right.
They wanted everything. They weren't content with just the position. They wanted to cheat onto the rotation to the other side of the map.
Listen, as Dr. House would say, mistakes are as big as the consequences they incur. That's rough, really rough. I mean, it's hard to even blame them. You understand perfectly the solution or the idea. If they come back, surely they don't check that position. So you have super advanced warning that anything's happening.
Well, the really weird thing about it is he got into that position in alt mid, but NBK was in the balcony. Like, even if it's not the guy from mid, NBK's got a free kill. That's a really tough position to find yourself in, thinking that everything else is clear behind you. So perhaps a misread, perhaps, I mean, just a aggressive call to try and cheat the defense towards the B bomb site, but they pay for it. 13-8, it's now 4 in a row for the French offense, and they are cruising. 22-8 now for ZywOo.
This is looking so much better.
You can just tell. It feels like a completely different team we're watching from Mirage.
Yeah, and that takes something, right? That's not easy. Alex to open up, taking down James. Not much on the other side. ZywOo with a clean opening at top of Banana to take down Kick It, and Buster flashed all the way into hell. It's now going to be that B-bomb side just defenseless. ZywOo going for it, hunting them down. A 3rd kill. They just can't do anything here. That is, well, that's why we keep talking about him, isn't it?
I mean, he just keeps moving forward into the next fight, and he knows where they're all coming from. And you had a little bit of everything that round. You had a little bit of the flash of ZywOo, just those instant headshots, the snaps over to the players. And you also had his teammate Alex throwing him the flashbang towards CT spawn. Blinded opponents. Free kills are the best kind.
Oh, that's some remarkable timing against NBK. Adren trying to thread the needle right now, find some way to escape the madness. They're all hunting for him. They really don't want to fight against anything the next round. And might have found himself a safe spot here as the bomb is about to go up, but not clear yet. Oh, Apex peeking into the window.
Not safe whatsoever.
Not at all.
Especially with that extra second on the end of the round timer here at the majors. 14-8. 6-round lead and a good chance to extend it because there's not a whole lot of cash for Avantgarde. I think, if anything, they'll have to go for a half buy. But first things first, they call a timeout and they talk things over.
They could actually go for the exact same streak that Avantgarde did on Mirage. Losing the first two and then winning every single round from there on out. That would be a perfect kind of revenge, wouldn't it?
This is so nice. Perfect flashbang from Alex. Buster's down and coming through the smoke. He just wanted to continue the pressure. And it's wild to think. He's known for his omping. He's an exceptional player with AKs and Kriegs.
Well, I mean, in some ways, that's one of the ways in which you can obviously rank people amongst who's the best just with the orb. But when you add on top, well, what if they don't have it? Are they still pretty good? And any player that can add to that part of their resume is going to be so valuable. 23rd round, 14-8, as Vitality are 2 away from putting us on the third map here at the second quarterfinals. And as you said, just go for something here in this round, Avantgarde. Try and see if you can find a way to put an end to this.
This is everything. I thought they might save one more and try and have a strong buy in the last, but there's no wrong answers when you're at this stage. But the entire map rests here. Tag on to Apex, down to 47. And still 3 players for the defense sticking around at the B bomb site, including the AWP.
Shot to the wall to attack up Apex early on there. Oh, they're wanting to push in. The whole team is waiting for them. They're getting near the edge. They needed something. Oh, they will still get the kill. Up. Perfect cleanup. How does that happen to Vitality? They weren't even really flashed in with any success at all. That is remarkable. The grenade, I don't think that will do much at all. Getting the kill, sure, but still a 1 versus 4 here. And they're waiting on the other side. NBK finally goes down. Avantgarde finding a round that they probably should not have. How could 4 people wait and nobody's ready for that corner?
Yeah, that's a bit of a miscue on the Vitality side of things. A good push, but obviously helped out by the mistake. Either way, 14-9, still a big lead. The nice thing if you're Avantgarde is that buy works out, and not only that, you survive with 3 players, you can build up money, and now you can actually feel like there's a chance for a comeback. That's the first step. What comes next? You need to build up a bank, you need to make sure that you have all the utility, all the Molotovs and smokes every single round.
A chance here to try and bring it back. Just even having the economy on their side, which they don't even have yet, Avantgarde, but if they can win this next round, that'll do a lot of damage to the economy on the offensive side and maybe even start to build their own. A quick wrap here towards quarters as Dren will take down RPK. That's a good start. Sanji, MP9, and he's so quick. He actually is incredibly fast. He wanted to adjust to the third target there. He's confident as hell. A 14-10. This could be big.
No, but if you're Vitality, this is the last thing you want happening. You don't want them to have this kind of a comeback, obviously, but even at this stretch, you still have 4 rounds, you still feel like you're in a lead, but if you don't stop this right now and actually just close out this map, eventually you're going to look up, in just 2 rounds, you're going to look up and say, oh God, this is a very close game, and it's an elimination map for them. They must win it. All of a sudden, all that pressure would come crashing down, the pressure of making it into the semifinals here in Berlin.
Yeah, you've got to be very careful about that. So quick, Sanji. I'm enjoying watching him play this game. Higher and higher level all the time. Side there at a ridiculous 25 kills. And just 10 deaths. That's quite impressive.
5 entries is a big one as well.
Yeah.
Doing a very good job at his opening duels.
And look at Vitality saying, let's just invest half the money in this round. Maybe we get something done, but it'll put us at a better chance to have a better economy later on. That's an effective couple of grenades. More raining in.
God.
Oh dear, this. Not much left.
No, how do you recover from that one? NBK with 79 is the highest HP on your team. So many players just bruised.
Gonna need to get one of those Iron Man reactors built into them so the shrapnel don't travel. Isn't that the sign note?
Yeah, that is what it is.
There we
Nicely
go.
done. Well, 3 players on defense rotating over, so this should go well for Vitality, especially, oh my God, nice peek from Apex. The smoke comes in late, but Buster's still alive. Alex trying to jump over the top, he never looks up. That's a good frag to find, and all of a sudden, just 2 players. How has Vitality turned this around in such a fashion?
This really should not be happening. They still don't have a lot of health left, but that might not matter. Adren could find a beautiful wall bang, but he's not trying for the flashbang though. It goes way too wide, and he's gonna pick up 2 kills, and now it's all on Alex. He has been known to get some amazing frags in the past. Now's the time for it. A bit of a miss chance there, and he goes for a second fight. Adren will close out the round with a triple, and Avantgarde will find an 11th round. That nearly slipped out of their hands.
That was too close, considering all the damage they did early on in the round. That should have never happened. 3 players at the B bomb site as well against just pistols. That's a cool idea as well from Vitality. I like that pop flash. Obviously, Adren just hiding behind the lip of the wall, and you can see Alex here hit himself in the back of the head. The missed shots against that Opper, against that first player. That was his opportunity.
It's interesting. How does the leader motivate himself? I mean, he's obviously going to be slapping the other people in the back of the head, but does it himself? Equal punishment on all fronts.
Yeah, he's got to show the quality down the ranks. All right, Kicker, who's been phenomenal for Avantgarde at this B bomb site. He's here with Sanji and Buster, and actually, they bail out. They leave him alone so quick.
That's their own grenade. That was a friendly grenade. And now, Kiggett falling back through the fire, but...
I can't believe how aggressive he's being all alone at that B bomb site. He doesn't care whatsoever. And they abandoned him immediately, and they have not come back, despite all the attention, all the noise that Kicker was seeing. He didn't call any of his teammates back to the B bomb site.
There are some players like that, playing alone on B, who just never really seem to be worried. He's almost at the point of rotating towards the A bomb site, which that might be too bold of a call.
Maybe that was a call, maybe it was a read, but at the moment it's looking genius. It's only RPK at top banana now for Vitality, so Kicker making sure his teammates stay over the A site. They have the right call.
Grenade gonna be a bit too early there. Jane back around the corner. And they're looking at least towards the arch now. Saiwu wants to open up, and he will add another one to the scoreboard for himself. 37 seconds now as they wrap through CT spawn. Saiwu wants to clear out this part of the map, and he can't. Adren will shut him down. That's a big kill. The bomb now waiting over at quad with 25 seconds. They need to pick that up and do something. RPK opening up the other side. Apex waiting in. He's going to get one. He'll follow it up. That's a beautiful double. Apex able